if there is nothing that will encourage you at this time, the news, the breaking news we have will encourage you. That is something that is supposed to encourage you wherever you are. It is something of encouragement. Every single one of us as Biafrans, wherever you are supposed to be encouraged with that. This is a time of encouragement, a time that we all need to be encouraged. We need to be encouraged. And every single one of us, when you see that news, you need to be happy. If there is nothing else, you need to be happy. And you will know that, yes, your effort is not in vain. All the tears, all the crying, all the sleepless night is not in vain. They are listening. So many of us have seen that news, and it's something that we must not overlook. If you look at the screen, you are going to see the news. This is what is making the headline today. And when you see this news, if it doesn't encourage you, I don't know what else is going to encourage you. If this information doesn't encourage you, what else is going to encourage you? You know, every time when we come online, we say that Nigerian government is a terrorist government. And when we say it, some people, one Nigerianist, they get offended. Some say, why are you talking down on Nigeria? Some say, what do you mean by that? Some say, why are you denigrating Nigeria? We say that Nigeria is a failed state. They say we don't know what we are saying. But all you need to do is to pay attention to what is happening and look at the qualities of a failed state. Every indices that show that a country is a failed state, they are all present in Nigeria. A country that cannot defend its citizens. A country that cannot protect life and property of its citizens. A lawless country where the rule of law cannot be obeyed. A country where people do what they want, how they want it. A country where the House of Assembly take a decision without minding the consequence of what they do. A country where double standard is the order of the day. A country where people are above the law. A country where different laws are operating at different laws are being applied on the same offense. Every indices that shows that a country is a failed state, they are present in Nigeria. And if you're not seeing it clear, go and make your research before you come to castigate or you come to challenge us. Go and make your research. And when we come online, we say Nigeria is a terrorist country. Mazi Nnamdi said it. They say he doesn't know what he's saying. Our Prime Minister Mazi said it. They say he's a noisemaker. He's a troublemaker. Today, the Canadian court have confirmed that thing that we have been saying for a very long time. You know, some of us Africans, we don't believe ourselves. Some of us, most of us Africans, we don't even believe in what we can do. We do not accept an information except it comes from a white man. You know, some of the time you see us complaining about the colonial master. You see us complaining about the attitude of the West on us. You see us complaining about what the British have done. But let me tell you, it is we ourselves that are promoting what the British have done against us. It is we that are the tools that the West are using to oppress Africa. It is African people themselves that are used as the tools because we don't believe in ourselves. Neither do we listen to ourselves. Whatever information we bring, no matter how correct it is, we will never accept it or believe it until we get approval from a white man. Only when a Western country says a word, that is when people begin to pay attention, including Africans. Only when the Westerners confirm something that you already know. Something that you already know. Somebody from the West will come and tell you that you don't know it anymore, and you believe it, and you run with their own information. That is why they tell us they discovered River Niger. River Niger that have been existing, and people were living around the river. River Niger has been existing, and people have been living around the River Niger from day one. Even before Nigeria came to existence, the River Niger has been there. before Nigeria came. But they came and they told us that one man somewhere from the white man's land discovered River Niger, and we believed it. The same way they came and they drew map. They drew map, separated brothers from brothers, sisters from sisters, and we accept their map. And today we are working based on the map they drew. And the map they drew, it was for themselves in order to share the resources in Africa. You remember the Berlin Conference? It was in Berlin Conference that they shared Africa to themselves and drew that map that we are using today. In that map, that is why you will see a Yoruba man carved into Benin Republic. That is why you see a Biafran carved into Cameroon. That is where you see brothers carved out from their country and placed in a different place. And we accept it because it is a white man that did it. We accept it. Even when we have seen it clearly that this is not right. This is not right. And we continue to defend that which a white man told us. Something we know the truth. Now they have left us for a very long time. We continue to complain about colonialism. We continue to complain about the colonial master. They have gone. But some of us are the ones that are holding sway, and they want to make sure that the colonialism continues. Even though the colonial master have left, some of us are bent on holding on to that colonial system because it is the one that favors them, because it is the one that makes them relevant. They continue to hold on to that colonial system. They continue to hold it with their two hands because it is the one that favors them. And at the same time, we will be the one to come and complain. It is we that, but that was why in one of the broadcasts of Mazi said, I have stopped complaining about racism and the colonialism, that he doesn't believe in it anymore. Because we are the ones today that are promoting and sponsoring everything that has to do with colonialism. The enslavement of Africa today is being done by Africans themselves. The enslavement of Africa today is being done by Africans themselves. We are the ones that are making sure that we promote the agenda of the West. Go and check what our politicians are doing. Our politicians today, they are the ones that are bent on protecting something that a stranger kept in place for their own benefit. The people that are trying to maintain the structure that was kept by the British to maintain their company, Niger Royal Company, the structure they kept in place to make sure that it is okay for them to be able to extract our resources. The people today that are fighting tooth and nail, day in, day out, to make sure that that structure remains, are the people from that same region. Politicians. They are the ones that are fighting day in, day out. Fighting every day to see that they keep that very status quo. At the same time, those of us will be complaining about what the British have done. They have gone. It is in our hand to free ourselves. If we want to free ourselves, we can do that. Look at Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore just woke up and made that decision and said enough is enough. And he took his country away from the hand of the colonial masters and told them enough is enough. Since then, is he not there? Even though his own people, his own brothers, some of them are still planning every now and then to overtake him. Not because it's not good, not because it's not right. The same colonial master are sponsoring the people that Ibrahim Traore is trying to save, the people he's trying to defend, the people he's trying to build a future for. You see, one coup, you know how many coup they have planned since he came to power? His own people. How many coup they have planned? How many coup they have planned? Some of the Western countries were in this thing that we are in now. Some of the Western countries, even in Europe, America, they were colonized by other people. They were colonized. It is not only Africa that was colonized. It is not only Africa that was colonized. Asia was also colonized by some British countries. Asia was also colonized. America was also colonized. Europe, some of them were colonized by each other. But when they stood up Every single one of them said enough is enough, and they changed the narrative. You can never see an Asian person today complaining of colonialism again. You cannot see an American complaining of what the colonial master have done. You can't see that in Europe. It is gone, and they change the narrative and focus on building. But today in Africa, we are still talking about what the colonial master have done. Even when it is in our hand to change the narrative, we can't change it. We can't change it. That is why you see a politician. Today, you are a Biafran. The Biafran people are speaking about a lasting solution. How to build a nation where people can live peacefully, grow in their own pace, at their own speed. And you don't want it. You don't want it. Even when you know, every politician in Nigeria know that Nigeria will not work. We had Rotimi Amaechi, who was the former Minister of Transport, who has contested for presidency. Rotimi Amaechi, in his own mouth, said Nigeria will never ever be good. Rotimi Amaechi, a presidential candidate, said Nigeria will never ever be good. You can imagine. Somebody who contested still that Nigeria will never ever be good. It doesn't matter what he did. And he went ahead to say, until the citizens rise up and do what they have to do. Do you think that the politicians don't know the right thing? Do you think that the politicians don't know that we are the ones that are going to change the game? Do you think they don't know? They know. They know. But it is about interest. Just like the West have their interests in our side, the same way these politicians and the wealthy men and rich people have their own interests. So many of them are benefiting from your own slavery. They are benefiting from the agenda of the colonial master. They are benefiting from this structure that Lord Lugard and co. have put in place in Nigeria. It is benefiting them. And it takes extraordinary energy and strength to see somebody who can act as Traore in Nigeria. Where are you going to find such person? Where are you going to find such person? Today, we already have Mazi Nnamdi doing everything he can. We have Mazi Samaneba. But what do you see? The people that are standing in the front line to persecute them are their own people. People that wrote petition against Mazi Samaneba. We are his own, even people who said they are in agitation. People who hate Mazi Nnamdi today, making sure he's not free, are his own people. And yet we blame the colonial masters. Enough of that blame. It is high time everyone is all begin to take responsibility. But I thank you. This very post you are seeing here is a word, is something that we encourage every one of us to know that the West, they know what is happening. They see it, but they want us to take action. They want us to take action by ourselves as free people, and then they can come in to help. No only mmiri na-eri ya ewenye aka elu, iwenye aka elu ekulite gị. Onye mmiri na-eri ya ewenye aka elu, iwelite aka elu ekulite gị. When you are sinking in a river, assuming you are swimming in a river, or you are swimming in an ocean or in a swimming pool, and you are sinking, your movement is going to show people that, oh, this guy needs help, and they will come and help you. When you are sinking, you raise up your hand and you wave to people, and they will know that this person is sinking, and they will help you and rescue you. But when you relax in the water, you don't even make any sign. You jump into the water and you sink deep inside, and you are swimming down, going down. Nobody's going to mind. They will think that, oh, this guy is a good professional swimmer. People will regard you as a professional swimmer, that you are enjoying yourself, and they will ignore you and go their separate ways. They will ignore you. But when you are drowning in the river, the way you beat at the water, the way you raise your hand and beat and struggle, people will come and help you. And that is what they expect of us. It is not that they don't know what is happening in Nigeria. Every international communities organization, they know. Every powerful country in this world know what is happening in Nigeria. It is not they don't know. Just read what you see there. Canadian court declares APC, PDP, terrorist organization, denies asylum to fleeing Nigerian politician. This is a win-win for you and I that are talking about Biafra. Anybody that is standing online speaking about Biafra, talking about Biafra, it is a win-win for us. Because black man will never believe a fellow black man until a white man gives a confirmation. Until a white man gives a confirmation, we don't believe. We don't even believe in ourselves until we get an approval from a white man. This is something that we have been saying for a very long time. Mazi Nnamdi called Nigeria a terrorist country. Mazi Simon Ekpa called Nigeria a terrorist country. We are here and every day we are calling Nigeria a terrorist country. And you will see the Nigerians themselves, one Nigerian themselves, they will come and argue with you. The same people that they are terrorizing, the same people that the government is terrorizing, they will come and argue with you and say, why do you say that? You don't talk bad about your country. You don't talk that. Look at it here. APC and PDP are the people ruling Nigeria. The major parties of the major political party in Nigeria, they are in charge. When the Nigeria you are talking about today is APC and PDP. The Nigeria you are talking about today, this one Nigerian that is destroying every one of you. Look at them, APC and PDP. There is no other. It is two of them. And now a court in Canada is telling you that these two are terrorist organizations. And the people that are in charge of the country that you are talking about today are these people. They are your president. They are your vice president. They are your governors. They are your lawmakers. They are your ministers. APC and PDP. And every single one of them, a court in Canada declared them terrorists. That is what they are. Maybe now that you have heard it from a court in Canada, you now begin to agree that Nigeria is a terrorist country. But we have known that for a very long time. We talk about it and we say it. When we say it, people disagree with us. Some people will come and challenge you. Some come and say one thing or the other. Just to discredit what you are saying. So I'm waiting for them to reply, to go and tell Canadian government or the Canadian court, federal court in Canada, go and tell them they don't know what they are doing. Go and tell them that they don't know what they are doing. And you will be shocked the kind of evidence they're going to provide. You will be shocked the evidence they're going to provide. And all this evidence you have in Canada, we have them. We have even more. We have even more. The evidence that they use to proscribe Nigeria as a terrorist country, we have more than. They haven't even seen half of what we have. Now you understand. The only thing I see here is that they are waiting for us to take action. The world is waiting on us. That is why it breaks my heart when we forget about the main thing we have to do and we are doing something different. It breaks my heart. When we forget about the main project and we are talking about something different, it breaks my heart. When we are focusing on ourselves, gossiping, blackmailing, cursing ourselves, it breaks my heart because the world is waiting for us to take action. They are not even keeping. They told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I played the video several times. They told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he went to the United Nations to complain about the situation of the Biafran people, and he was telling them that we have fought wars. We have fought a war for 3 good years, and they asked him, "Why did you stop? Why did you stop?" That until you show the world that your freedom worth your life, they are not going to listen. And that was when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made a revise and changed the gear. And from that moment, he never looks back. He went ahead to form a security outfit. He went ahead to make a move to defend Biafra land. He went ahead to broadcast and say, "I am tired of broadcasting." He went ahead to say, "I want to fight for my nation." He said, "I want 100 men. Others can come later." That is what he said. He knows that everybody will not be on board at the same time. He knows that there are still some people who are going to be who will never believe. Ndisi who will never believe that they can free themselves. There are some of us that are still believing that one Messiah will come from somewhere to deliver us. Some of us, even though we had hope, That's all this while. So many of us, we are hoping that when Donald Trump come to power in the first and or second, in the first year, second year, he will speak about Biafra. But today, when you look at Donald Trump, you see that even the trouble he has in his hand, he cannot be able to finish it. Every country have their own issues. The issues on the table of Donald Trump, he cannot even finish it on his own term finish. Is he going to leave his own problem to focus on your own? Of course, no sensible person does that. The people will only look at your own issue when their own issue is solved. It is a natural factor in human being. Oh, you save home when you choose only you save. You look at him, he might have a good intention. If there's an opportunity for him to look at issue, he will have a good intention and he's going to have a good judgment. Maybe. Just maybe. That's what he hope. But when you see the pressure, the attack, the responsibilities that is on his table, you know that you're on your own. And the only thing that can make our case to come to front line is what we do. The only thing that will make our case to be in the front line of discussion is our action, the action we take. We need to take action. Any action we take is what is going to bring our case to the front line. And that was why Mazi Simon Ekpa was taking a drastic action. In one of the broadcasts, Mazi Simon said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition. And for us to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have to do extraordinary things. And I borrow that word to say that our situation is extraordinary. The enslavement of Biafrans is extraordinary. And for us to be able to get out of the Zoological Republic, we must do extraordinary things. We have to take extraordinary measures, take extraordinary actions for us to be in the front line of discussion today. You see how Palestinians fired themselves into the front line. Today, everybody is talking about Palestinians. With their propaganda and blackmail, they are blackmailing their enemies every day. Many of the news you see about Palestinians, many of the things you see they bring, many of them are not real. They are not real. They will show you the hunger in Palestine and show you how people are dying and all this and that. And we saw a counter video that the Israel government released, where they packed load of food stuff we are packed. The same people that say that people are dying of hunger, the people who were supposed to share those food refuse to share it in order just to put the agenda that the people are starving. Do they want their people to die? Of course, they don't want their people to die, but they have to take that extraordinary measure to make their voice heard. The government of Israel released the video where a helicopter was flying up, showing humanitarian aids that were supplied to the Palestinians. In trucks, in warehouse, it was everywhere was filled, no space to park. But yet, people in the street are hungry. They refuse to share those in the intention just to draw attention. They refuse to share it, including the people who are concerned, the United Nations organization that were concerned, because they want to make a point. In everything you have to do in this world, it takes extraordinary measure to be in the front line. It takes extraordinary sacrifice to be in the front line. It's just like the sit at home we are doing. Some will come and tell you, why did they sit at home? But people who want freedom will do extraordinary things. It doesn't matter who is affected. It doesn't matter who survives or who does not survive. The most important thing is to achieve the aim. At the end of the day, those who survive will build a sane city where people will live like humans. We cannot all be living like animals. And we pretend it's okay. Oh, don't do this. Oh, don't do this. It's affecting people. Oh, don't do that. It's affecting people. Oh, let us manage here and do like this. Oh, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. We have to do extraordinary things to make our voice heard. That is why when I was speaking about our unity, I said we can break protocols to make things happen. We can. Extraordinary measure, we can break protocols to make things happen. It doesn't mean that you cannot hold people accountable. You will. Time will come. Every one of us will give account of our stewardship. We will get there. You cannot run away from your shadows. Whatever crime anyone has committed in the quest for Biafra, It is recorded. In 21st century, in this age that we are, every single thing that we do is recorded. If you do, even if you delete yours, somebody is keeping it for you. Every information is there. Every single information. Nobody can escape the penalty. You can't escape it. That is why I was saying taking extraordinary measure to solve the solution. To get the solution. What is important is for us to break this chain, break it once and for all. Put ourselves in the front line of discussion. You see how they are